How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video. In a bit of a cloudy morning on the farm, but it is supposed to clear up a little bit later on, so that's all good. So today we have got quite a bit of work to do on two of our fields. So we are not going to be doing any contract work, we're just going to be focusing on our own work, which is good. It's nice to get our own stuff done. So basically what we need to do is we are going to get lime and fertilizer on this field, as well as the grass field up the road, or what will be a grass field again. At the moment it is just a plowed up piece of land, but we'll get lime and fertilizer on both the fields, and then we'll need to get them cultivated as well so that they are ready for seeding, and then we'll get seeding done very soon as well. So I have decided that this field is going to be a grass field as well, along with the one up the road, of course, and hopefully that will pay off down the line. And of course it'll help us fill that bunker a little bit more than what we did last time. So yeah, hopefully it'll pay off down the line. We'll make a good chunk of money off of these two fields. Of course, the benefit of the grass fields compared to the arable fields is you can get multiple cuts off of them. So yeah, hopefully it all works out pretty well for us. But for us to do that, we'll need to run down to the shop, because we are out of fertilizer, at least almost out. We've got a little bit in there still, but it's not going to be enough for the two fields, and we've only got 3 bags of lime, which I don't think is going to be nearly enough. So we'll head down to the shop with the Ford. We'll get the front loader hooked up real quick, as well as the flatbed trailer, and we'll buy probably 2 bags of fertilizer. I think 1 bag will be enough for what we want to do today, but it's good just to have some extras around, because we are going to be harvesting again very soon. Two of our biggest field, well, our 2 biggest fields. So we'll need fertilizer for that very soon, before we reseed them. So we might as well just get enough while we are down there. That'll last us a little while. In terms of the lime, I think we'll probably get about 6 bags. We do go through lime very quickly. The application rate is very high compared to fertilizer. So yeah, I think about 2 bags of fertilizer and about 6 bags of lime. So I don't want to stock up too much, because then it'll just be sitting around unnecessarily. And the lime isn't all that expensive, but you do go through it quite quickly. Fertilizer, on the other hand, is very expensive. So yeah, I definitely don't want to overbuy there and just have a bunch of fertilizer sitting on the farm that we're not going to use for a long time. So yeah, just trying to think of sort of the short-term plan, and we are definitely going to need some fertilizer on this field, and like I said, as well as the field bean field. Yeah, looking forward to getting into harvesting over there. But the plan is to run the spreader on the 710 John Deere. It just fits on that very well, and also because we have the front loader on the Ford here, with the lime especially, because we go through it so quickly, I can hook up a bag and just suspend it in the air so that we can drive underneath it and refill easily with the John Deere. But it would be kind of nice to maybe down the line at some point get a bigger spreader, but I think I will keep the small one, even if we do upgrade to a bigger one or buy another bigger one. The plan will be to use the small one for fertilizer, because it's just a small capacity, but the working width on that is actually really good. So I think I'll keep the small one and use that purely for fertilizer, and the small capacity doesn't matter really, because we apply at such a low rate, and then have a bigger one, probably a wheeled one, that we can pull behind the Ford, that we'll use exclusively for lime, and just have that nice big capacity on it so that we don't have to refill as often. So yeah, I think that'll be kind of nice. It's not something that we'll probably do very soon. It's not a pressing matter. We'll do just fine with the spreader that we currently have, but it's something to keep in mind that we might do down the line. But yeah, I think I am gonna get all of this ordered, and we'll get the trailer loaded up, and hopefully the guys here that usually loads the trailer, they have a nice forklift that they load up with. If he's not here, I'll probably use their forklift anyway to load up myself. We just need obviously our front loader and the bag lifter to unload at the farm, but over here they have got some better equipment. That's it there. That is a very nice piece of equipment. Would be nice to have something like that on the farm. Would be 100% unnecessary, but it would be nice. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get this ordered, loaded up, and we'll head back to the farm. Alright, so we have got everything we need. And we ended up getting the 6 bags of lime, 2 bags of fertilizer, and the cost of that, I don't really want to talk about it. It is so expensive. The fertilizer in particular, so expensive. In fact, 1 bag of fertilizer is almost the same price as all 6 bags lime. I mean, it does last quite a while, so it's fine. We need it. It's going to pay off in the end. It just stings when you buy it, but it is what it is. It has to be done. So, yeah. Anyway, that is just part of farming, I guess. So, we are gonna head back to the farm. Well, we're almost back at the farm. And we'll just leave the bags on the trailer for now. And we'll use everything that we need to use. Although I think I'm gonna use the lime out of the shed first. But I'll leave the bags on the trailer and then use those bags in the shed. And then I'll use off of the trailer what we need. And whatever is left, I'll just get neatly stacked back in the shed. And we'll have that for future use. But yeah, we'll get the John Deere fired up. And we'll get that spreader hooked up. We need to get it hooked up anyway. And get the fertilizer out of it. Because I'm going to do lime spreading first. And we'll do fertilizer afterwards. And also I need to get in the back there to get to those lime bags. But yeah, we are going to do that. And then we are going to get into these fields. We'll get everything spread. And yeah, then we'll come back a little bit later on. We'll go grab the cultivator. And then we'll get back into the fields and get them ready for seeding. So hopefully we can get the seeder out very soon. And get some nice grass seeds back in these fields. And make a bit of money. Eventually. It's going to take a while. But we will get there. I need the concrete weight. Where did I put that? Usually I leave it here. I did indeed. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna get that hooked up and we'll get these jobs knocked out. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is job done. I'm just getting the last lime bag put away here. So I did actually overbuy massively on lime. In fact, I actually didn't need to buy any lime at all. We used a lot less than what I thought we would. But anyway, it's fine. It just means that we're not going to have to buy any lime in the future for other fields that may need it. Well, that'll definitely need it at some point anyway. And we'll get the front loader disconnected. We're not going to need that for a while, so we'll just drop it off here. That should be fine. Fantastic. And actually, fertilizer-wise, we may have got away with what was just in the spreader as well. But anyway, it's fine. We are stocked up now, and so we will end up using it down the line at some point anyway. So this field over here, I obviously just fertilized half of it because we did fertilize the other half of it a while back when we got that ready for seeding, before I was really sure whether I was going to join them up or not. But we'll head up to the new property. Really need to get a name for this property. We can't really keep calling it the new property forever. But anyway, we'll call it the new property for now. We'll grab the cultivator, and then we'll hop back into the 2 fields and we'll get it all cultivated up. And that will then be ready for seeding. And hopefully we can do the seeding very soon. Since it's going to be grass, it should come through pretty quickly. And once it does, we'll get another application of fertilizer on both of the fields, just to make sure we get the highest yield. And hopefully once that is done, we'll be ready to harvest our other 2 fields. The fertilizer field, the field bean field, as well as... Oh, I brought the concrete weight width. That is not ideal, but it's fine. We'll just leave it here. Might actually not be a bad place to leave it anyway, rather than having it sit next to the shed in the tall grass. But yeah, the field bean field and the canola field will hopefully be harvesting very soon, and then obviously we'll start with field prep over there to get that reseeded. What exactly we're going to go for in terms of crop, I have no idea. We'll have to see. We'll probably end up doing some form of a crop rotation, but I haven't really put too much thought into it just yet. That's fine. We can get out without hitting anything. Fantastic. Okay, so I think we'll start back at the main farm. We'll get that field done, since we are going to leave the cultivator here when we are done. So we'll head over there, get that field done, and then we'll come back, do this field. Not too worried about the rocks right now. Once we seeded the fields, we'll get the roller on that, and that should take care of the small stones. So not a big deal. We don't need a rock picker or anything right now anyway. But yeah, we are going to get straight back into things. And we'll get these 2 fields cultivated and ready for seeding. I don't know if we'll get seeding done today. We might actually, because, well, the fields aren't exactly that big and it doesn't take too long. And the cultivating really shouldn't take too long at all either. So yeah, we might actually still get to seeding today as well. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, we are going to jump back into a time lapse. We'll get the drone out as always, and we are going to get this field knocked out. So let's just get that unfolded. Fantastic. So a cultivator does work very well. Yeah, we're going to get that drone out, and we're going to get these fields done. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is job done, and that all ended up going really well. So we can get the cultivator disconnected, and that does mean that both of our fields are now ready for seeding, which is fantastic. Now, I don't know if we're actually going to get the seeding done today. If not, it'll be tomorrow, but very soon anyway is the plan. My goodness, that Ford can do with a wash. But yeah, the Ford did very well there. The cultivator actually did a great job of this field. It was very bumpy to drive on this field, but it did a great job of leveling out that plowed ground, and it has left us with a beautiful seedbed over here. So yeah, again, the rocks over here I'm not too worried about. Once we have seeding done, we'll bring the roller in and we'll roll those down, and they shouldn't be a problem moving forward. But yeah, I'm very excited to get some grass seed in here and into the other field, of course. And once we have that done, we're not going to be far off getting into the other two fields for harvesting, which is great news. Now, I say the other two fields, technically there's 3 fields that still needs harvesting, but the small field, the linseed field, I don't really calculate into anything just because it's such a small field. We're not going to make much money off of it, and also it is way behind the rest of the crop, so it's going to be a while before we get in there, and it's also not going to be turned into any sort of a crop field or even a grass field. When we are done harvesting there, that'll just become effectively my home and just a little yard over there. So yeah, that is why I don't really mention that field too much. But like I say, the biggest reason is it's so small that we really are not going to make enough money there to calculate into anything. But yeah, hopefully though, once we have the field bean field and the canola field over here harvested and sold, along with the soybeans that we still have in the trailer, and I am keeping an eye on the prices, they're still going up, so I'm holding on to them. And we have the silage that'll be ready in a few weeks as well that we can sell. We will have a fairly decent amount of money coming into the account very soon. I'll just leave the 4 there to get it washed up. But honestly, at the moment, I don't think there's anything that needs upgrading, that is desperate for upgrading. I'm quite happy with our lineup of tractors at the moment. The combine is just fine. It works for our size operation. The baler, just fine, no issues there. The mower, maybe that is something we can look into, but it's not a big piece of equipment. I'm talking tractors, combines, those sort of things. So I think what we will end up doing is we'll just put money towards more property. We'll just try and grow our operation, and maybe someday we'll end up buying some nice big fields like this one here, but I don't think we're gonna be there just yet. And like I mentioned recently, we don't have the equipment to work anything like this at the moment, so I don't think that'll be a good idea. But if some smaller fields come up for sale, I think we'll definitely put our money towards that at the moment, because our equipment can cope with that just fine. So yeah, that is kind of the plan. Hopefully there's some nice properties that we can either just make an offer on, or that maybe comes up for sale, but we'll have to see. But yeah, seeding is going to happen next, seeding and rolling, and then hopefully harvesting soon after that. But we are going to leave it there for today. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.